Cat Crimson Alchemia. About to call our final MRDA bout of the tournament. We still got 2 more bouts coming up for WFTDA. But this one right here is going to feature Toronto men's Outrage against Mohawk Valley's Quadfathers. And I apologize if I cough quite a bit. Been a lot of chatting, a lot of shouting all weekend. It's been pretty exciting, and also allergies are hitting me. So I'm slowly making my way to dump truck levels of amazing voices. But right now, let me run down Toronto. Number 100, Pink Slaminade. Number 101, Potty Mouth actually is not here, but you're still getting a shout out anyways. 1-1, Billy the Kid. 1-3, Low Blow. 132, Arnold's Bacon and Egger. 137, Death Ray. 151, Biff Malibu. Actually, those 2 aren't here, but you still get a shout out anyway. And why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, Street Fighter Manifesto. You get a shout out as well. Also, we got 1-7, Smarten Up. 2-1-3, Sylvia Sleep. 2-2-2, Spencer Sleep. 5-1-3, Shred Flanders. Number 8, Gilman. And number 888, Senor Wiener. And on the Quadfather side of things, we have 1116 Poleo, my bad. Poleo. I always, again, I apologize. It's been a long weekend. Let's continue on. Number 1213, Fuerza Brutal. Number 1618, Ruffo. Number 33, Unwired. Number 35, B Shurs. Number 43, Chapin. Number 48, Oxenfree. Number 512, Tata. Number 6, Zolkowski. Number 82, Carnage Asada. Number 87, Stankus. And number 96, Stever. 7, some James Bond action here. Gonna be moving some things around here, putting a lot of sexy men in here, including Rancor from Mass Maelstrom, who we'd like to thank for all the awesome tech and equipment. And as he's coming over, he's got an amazing mustache. I love this man. Set up all of our tech equipment so that way we can stream live here on the feed and on YouTube. Senor Wiener and Carnage Asada. Carnage looks like he is going to be awarded the lead jam, even though he is in the far back of the pack. So we're going to start off with a scoreless jam. My producer Q and Rancor going over all the text, make sure everything is rocking and rolling here. Again, you know, as we see, there's no current overlay, but that's why I'm here to provide the action, the times, and the scores for you as we are moving along. I might get a quick update after this jam. Now, Kilman jamming for Toronto, Stankus for the Quadfathers. Battling back for Stankus, stuck into the back of Toronto. Kilman on that border, trying to get around B Shurs. B Shurs having some fantastic bout play as pivot for the Quadfathers. Got some really tough, hard hits in there. Kilman now takes lead jam, first lead of the bout. Stankus also released from the pack. Gilman came in to make contact and quickly gets only a single point, calls it off, keeping Stankus at bay 1-0 in favor of Toronto, 28-13. Back with the action here. CAC here to present to you Toronto's Outrage versus Mohawk Valley's Quadfathers. Now jamming, we have Unwired for the Quadfathers. Pink Slaminade for Toronto. In Toronto's bout last night with Mass Maelstrom, this was Slaminade used sparingly as a jammer and more as the pivot, taking the star whenever needed. Came in a little bit more towards the second half, but now it looks like they put her in the main rotation. Both jammers currently jockeying for position with everyone else's blockers. And a great job there, actually, by number 17. Smart enough trying to break it up. Regardless, Unwired is going to take your lead jam. And there's a cut track called on Pink Slaminade. So that means we're going to have a power jam for the Quadfathers as they are seating 2 blockers in the box. Unwired already worked the initial pass. Going outside is going to call it off. Spencer Sleep rolling back, forcing that return to the track. They're going to start with a power start coming up for jam number 4. Right now it's actually 4-1. Quadfathers. Unwired did pick up 4 points on that jam. So that'll be our first official lead change. And let's say the officials are going to have a quick timeout, as they're also our awesome tape ninjas. Make sure everything is secured down. And if you joined us again last night, so the Hooligans taking on the Quadfathers. Hooligans toppled them 314 to 71. Toronto came out successful against Mass Maelstrom 214 to 128. And we are live here at the Wallace Civic Center at Fitchburg State University, Fitchburg, Massachusetts for day 2. On this beautiful Mother's Day here in Massachusetts. Happy Mother's Day to especially everyone in the Derby world. That includes our skaters, officials, volunteers, everyone who's an awesome mom and still comes out for the action. Currently glancing over on the other side of the track, I see the ever awesome Goldie gloves. Goldie is everyone around here knows Goldie gloves. She's actually running a merch table, Unicycle Turtle, that she owns, producing a variety of heat press goods right here in the venue today, even blank koozies. And she's been busy all weekend. So many custom jobs they've been making over there. Her and I see Rue as well right next to her. As we are during our official time out here. 26 minutes, 4 seconds. It's almost 4 minutes into it. Official timeout, 1 point to Toronto, 4 to the Quadfathers. We're going to take a quick little pause here until we get back to the action.
Because I heard because it made I was freaked out when I was like,
Alright, we're getting back to the action. I thought we were getting a little haunted over here for a minute. Yeah, and we are going to have that power start as we saw in the previous jam. Unwired calling it off. Carnage is going to take over. Get knocked to the infield. Pink Slaminade standing in the box. Continuing on first power jump for the Quadfathers. Spencer Sleep Doing a great job maneuvering number 11 Billy the Kid into Carnage, forcing another recycle. He finds that opening on the inside with help of his team. That's going to be Lead Jam going to Carnage and the Quadfathers. At Jam number 4, 25 minutes, 23 seconds. Carnage on his tippy toes comes around, cuts through the inside, and will pick up a grand slam, 9-1 for the Quadfathers. And with that, we got a forearm call. And that looked like that was going on. Spencer Sleep, Pink Slaminade working the initial pass. Pack is moving at high speed. The Carnage for the Quadfathers. Whips himself around and is able to pick up 4 more points. 9-point jam for Carnage. It is now 1-13. 24 minutes, 43 seconds. Yeah, earlier as we were having a little bit of a conversation here during our official timeout, I had to pause because over my headset I could hear another voice and like breathing, and it kind of freaked me out. And then I found out next to me it was Q. And Q, explain yourself. Why did you make a noise on the mic?
One of my absolutely favorite vendors of all time was here. That was Top Shelf Cookies. To be honest, I glanced down, I noticed they had left the venue, and it broke my heart a little bit because now I can't go get cookies for the weekend.
And that's it. Cookies caused all that shenanigans. And Stankus is your lead jam, but Senior Wiener already left. Number 5 it was, bringing it 5-14 in favor of the Quadfathers. The Wiener was loose and able to secure those extra points. 23 minutes, 27 seconds on our first half. And now we're getting a timeout call. Looks like it's an official timeout right now. They're going to check everything. All the paperwork is all in order. Giving the correct information to the Quadfathers, and I'm checking all the info at our NSO table, our scorekeepers table. We have some shifting of the members of the pack, because it looks like we got 3 of the Quadfathers in the box, unwired, getting ready, set up. He's going to be jamming against number 8, Gilman. Yeah, and it looks like we're just going to have 1 blocker for the Quadfathers out there. They got 3 in the box. No one for Toronto, but they have a full pack out. And Toronto is doing, looked like at first they were going to be surrounding. And Kilman going up. It looked like, yeah, he was going after, that looked like Solkowski. Kilman taking the lead jam. And now we're getting other calls. We're getting some high block calls. Oh, there's just heavy collisions left and right. Forearm calls. And it looks like, I'm trying to see it. Nope, it looks like B. Shures has. Yep, B. Shures was given the star pass. Kilman, unwired going to the box. B. Shures recycling back. Kilman on that initial pass. There was a lot of action. It was very hard to kind of keep up down below here. But Kilman finally through. And it looks like, yes. It looked like Fuerza Brutal was looking for that track cut, and it is official. So Kilman goes to the box for a track cut. Power jam now for the Quadfathers, and with that, 5 points gets put up by B. Shures, bringing it 19-9 at 22 minutes 10 seconds. B. Shures, he was actually looking to try to call that one off, but unfortunately he cannot. Kilman is your lead jam, but 5 more points going to the Quadfathers, bringing it 24-9. We have a full house back on the flat track. And we have a low block on unwired. He's going to report back to the penalty box after just getting out. Kilman locking up with Fuerza. getting exchanged right back to Solkowski, and he is through and going to pick up a grand slam for Toronto. That's going to wrap up that jam. We're waiting for additional points awarded to be sure of the Quadfathers, and yes, there we have it. 21 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the first half. 14 to Toronto, 28 to Mohawk Valley. And looks like Toronto is calling for a timeout at the 20-minute, 55-second mark. And if you're a big fan of tournaments like Battle of Bunker Hill here, you'll enjoy with the Quadfathers here the Mohawk Valley Cup coming up first weekend of June. Same weekend as Brouhaha out in good old Milwaukee. Sorry, I got a little distracted by our awesome fans. There's a giant unicorn in the crowd thanks to the Central New York Nightmares. It's a giant inflatable unicorn bed that could probably fit a few fit a few people. There's a few people in there just taking a nap right now, resting, relaxing. Of course, coming up later you will see Central New York Nightmares. That'll be the 5 o'clock bout against Upper Valley Vixens, and then afterwards at 7 o'clock we will have our final bout where the Hartford Whalers will take on Penn Jersey's She Devils. Getting back to the action, both teams. Our jam ref is ready to go, but the officials are still wrapping up. Yep, and it looks like both teams are going to start 4-on-4 with each a blocker, and that's going to be Senor Wina against Carnage Asada. Both fantastic, almost similar style of jam for both of these jams here. Both with beautiful beards, long hair. Carnage out with lead jam, Senor Wina also out. Pack moving at incredible speed. Carnage cuts around the center, skips right by low blow, and will wrap up 4 points to slam that door on Senor Wiener. Wiener now actually having a conversation with the referee. Wiener having that discussion with our awesome official. But that's not going to change anything on the board right now. 14-32. That's going to bring up Pink Slamonade against Stankus. And Stankus hit through the inside. Gets the big LJ. Pack still hung up there between the jammer and pivot lines. Slamonade finally let go. Stankus tries to dive through the air. You could hear the brakes stopping on that one. Spencer Sleep trying to get him out of bounds. Stankus skating backwards, quickly calling it off as he was keeping an eye on the pack on Slamonade. Able to put more points on the board, bringing 36-14 for the Quadfathers at 19 minutes, 10 seconds. And now coming up to Gemma Line, we're going to have Unwired coming up against Hillman. As you can see from the high finish view that you have, fans and fiends, that was created himself as a battering ram. Opened up Toronto's stuff in the back there. Unwired, throwing some. Let's see if he threw anything up there. Oh, they're going to call that one scoreless. So we have our second scoreless jam of the bout, 14-36. And Pack moved all the way up to the pivot line. That's going to be Wiener and Carnage. Wiener trying to find the opening outside around Fuerza. And that is it. Lead jam going to Toronto for the Wiener. Carnage finally got his way through the back. Only a two skater blocking wall for Wiener to get around. He picks up a full 4, calls that off, bringing it up 18-36. Quadfathers in lead, 17 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in our first half. Slamming a lining up this time against Stankus. And clockwise block, that is going to be called on. Number 13, low blow. Stankus recycling back behind the pack. Slamming still trying to work it, trying to get around number 1 as we're already 30 seconds into it. Stankus finally gets through, taking the big LJ. The first pack is still moving between the pivot line and turn number 1. Stankus rolling on in. And yeah, actually there was a power jam. Yep, looks like Pink Lemonade went to the box. Stankus putting up a big 5 in the sky. We're going to have our second power start, this with Unwired on behalf of the Quadfathers. Score now 18 at Toronto, 41 for Mohawk Valley, 15 minutes 45 seconds. And Pink Lemonade now standing up in the box, Unwired. Going against the tripod of terror, that is Toronto. Able to hop up, and it looks like, yeah, he went out of bounds, returned ahead of the pack. It is a track cut call on Unwired. We're now going to have a power jam for Toronto with Pink Lemonade. Semi-recycle back at turn 4. The pack completely crushed in together. We're looking at Arnold's bacon and egger doing the best he could to kind of punch some holes into that. Slaminade couldn't move any further. Doing the smart thing quickly, going to call that one off. Pick up some points for Toronto, which they're trying to reassess. Yeah, it looked like only 2 points on that one. That's going to bring it 20-41. We're going to have a power start here. And it is the ever beautiful Wiener is going to be rocking the start for Toronto. I got a chance to talk more with Wiener last night about in regards to him constantly being in the news. Not just for the most obvious reasons, but him rescuing a cat out of a tree. I go, is there anything that you can't do to try to outdo Superman? We love him. Now the track is completely full house. Wiener still trying to get around. Looks like Stever and Verza finally does, and we'll get lead jam. Meanwhile, we have Unwired gridlocked in by Spencer Sleep and by Sylvia Sleep. Finally let loose, but Wiener already through that pack. Gonna pick up a grand slam for the Outrage. 25-41, 13 minutes, 20 seconds. And they're gonna give it, call it off. Quick high five between Unwired and Wiener. Once again, 13-minute mark now. Again, 25 to Toronto Outrage, 41 to the Quadfathers. Quadfathers unable to put additional points on the board for the last couple of jams. Outrage utilizing that penalty, that track cut penalty that was assessed to Unwired to try to bring up that deficit, shrink it down between the teams. We got a multiplayer block call that is going to go on. Number 512 Tata. Carnage out with lead jam. Killman, no pass, no penalty. Finally gets out of the pack. Pack now moving with fierce speed. Carnage just dancing around. Spencer Sleep launched him into the infield. Gonna call that and able to pick up 3 additional points, now bringing it 25 to 44. 12 minutes remaining in our first half. Don't forget, you can reach out to us on Twitter at #TalkToBOBH. That is #Talk, the number 2, BOBH, Bob H. Speaking with Bob H, I will find you. And Pink's Lemonade now jamming for Toronto. Stankus for the Quadfathers. Stankus finds that clean opening on the inside. Stankus with incredible speed. Fuerza getting knocked out of bounds, recycled back in. Pink's Lemonade locking up with B. Schurz. Oh, Schurz trying to get out of bounds. She goes down on her knee, but pops right back up. Stankus knocked into the infield, smartly calling that one off. And after some referee discussion, we're going to have a single point going to the Quadfathers. 25 for Toronto, 45 for the Quadfathers. 10 minutes, 44 seconds. Our final MRDA bout of Battle of Bunker Hill. We still got 2 more to go for WFTDA. Coach for Toronto trying to pass that pivot, the pivot sleeve cover over to her team in Toronto. Fortunately, no one is the official pivot. That landed inbounds. The referee had to move that out of the way. Seeing the Wiener jamming for Toronto. Outrage will take lead jam. Paleo for this first jam of this bout. Knocked to the infield, recycling back. Wiener knocked hard into the infield. And now we're going to have a star pass. That's going to go to number 33, unwired. We're going to call that one off. Pick up an additional 3 points for Toronto. That's going to bring it 28-45. Quadfathers ahead. 9 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in our first half here at Battle of Bunker Hill. Packs lining up now with Carnage for the Quadfathers. Pink's Lemonade for Toronto. Only 1 timeout used so far in the first half, and that was by Toronto earlier. Carnage easily pops out of the pack. Multiplayer block call on Flair, so she's going to go to the box. Lemonade knocked to the infield pretty hard. Carnage sweeps through, and that's going to be a grand slam for the Quadfathers, 28-50. Be sure's forcing Lemonade to recycle back yet again. And Carnage through again, 10-point jam. Alright, now hands it, locks Carnage through the back yet again. That's going to be 15-point jam for Carnage, and the Quadfathers 60-28. 8 minutes and change remaining. Fraser reporting to the box two again, and that is going to be grand slam. And number 4, 20-point jam. They said we have a star pass. That is going to go to low blow, number 13 of Toronto. And Carnage is going to wrap that up with an additional 2 points. Final score right now at 7 minutes 43 seconds remaining in our first half. That is Toronto outraged with 28. Mohawk Valley Quadfathers have 67. Huge score. That is the biggest jam thus far. Yeah, it looked like about 22 points. Yeah, 22-point by Carnage Asada. And flipping the tables now, Kilman, number 8 of Toronto with a lead jam. And there's to the box goes Stankus. Fortunately for Mazzeo, couldn't quite catch what that penalty was, but power jam going to Toronto. Already 5 on the board by Kilman, who eats it into the infield. Lost that momentum, taking quite a stiff hit, shaking it off right now. Kilman going back, and they're going to have a power start. Score now 33 for Toronto, 67 for Mohawk Valley. 6 minutes, 34 seconds remaining in our first half. And if you missed any of the awesome action, I highly, highly, highly recommend you subscribe to Mass Maelstrom's YouTube. That way you can catch up on this and other bouts from previous years of Battle of Bunker Hill. Samuel Wiener right now with trying to psych out B. Sure is able to wrap around him, taking that lead. Out of the boxes, Stankus. Wiener trying to find that open down the outside. Nope, he's going to go for the inside. Schurz levels him into the infield. Wiener with the biggest smile on his face. Because he knew that was going to hurt. But they were able to pick up 2 points while calling it off. That's going to bring it now 67-35. Quadfathers, of course, still ahead. 5 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in our first half. And as always, once we go into halftime, we'll be coming back for me. Kilman jamming for Toronto. Paleo for the Quadfathers. And we have a track cut call that is going to go on Kilman. So now recycling back as Paleo with a power jam for the Quadfathers. Now the Quadfathers taking that lead jam. A lot of ground to cover Paleo. A very common thing we've been seeing here is a lot of these power jams playing it smart where they're calling it where they know they're going to have some time wasted. Much like that player had a lot of the track still to cover to try to catch up. They're going to do smart by putting in Carnage Asada with a power start. Toronto not only has a jammer, but their pivot in the box. And a timeout call being called by the officials. So we have an official timeout here. 4 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in our first half. 35 to Toronto, 67 to the Quadfathers. And a big shout out once again to the entire staff here at Wallace Civic Center, all our volunteers, and Mass Maelstrom himself helping host this year's Battle of Bunker Hill 2018 here in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Our lineup here of jams, we already 20 jams. And looks like on the end of power starts, Toronto with 3, Quadfathers with 2. And it actually looks like very interesting. I thought we were going to have another power start here, but Senior Wiener actually is coming out to the track with Carnage together. Might be part of that official review. Well, not the official review, but the official timeout. Getting their paperwork all together in order. And now we're going to get back to the action once again. 4 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in the first half. Toronto with 35, Mohawk Valley with 67. Toronto using one of their 3 timeouts. Quadfathers haven't called for any timeouts. No official reviews yet. They still have those remaining for the first half. And Carnage Asada is going to take lead jam for the Quadfathers. Wiener knocked out of bounds, recycling back behind. B. Schurz already. Carnage has re-engaged that pack now. Scoots to the outside previously. Dashes around. Arnold, Bacon, and Egger going to take a grand slam for the Quadfathers. And now B. Schurz along with Oxenfree was just locking up a senior winner. Again, force him to recycle back. He still has to go through his initial pass. 10-point jam thus far by Carnage. 3 minutes, 24 seconds. It's 35-77. Senior winner now actually working on that initial pass. Carnage knocked to the infield. Quickly going to call that one off as well. Wrap it on up. 3 minutes, 12 seconds. That's going to now be 35-78. As we now dip under the 3-minute mark, Pink Slaminate go up on the line against Stankus. Full house on the flat track, 5-on-5. Arnold, Bacon, and Egger trying to put a hole in the Quadfathers defense, trying to help out Pink Slaminate, who's now forcing that pack to the front. Stankus on the infield, being forced back quite a bit there by Spencer Sleep. Stankus able to break free, will take lead jam for the Quadfathers. We are now getting to that 2-minute marker. Pink Slaminate being forced back by Fuerza, brutal. Stankus shoulder checking all around, quick twirls, Billy the Kid. And like Spencer Sleep thought he had knocked him down, just spiraled him down to the ground, able to keep his feet in bounds, and Stankus is going to keep it with a Grand Slam 5 in the sky. We have a star pass going to Spencer Sleep, number 222 of Toronto. Spencer knocked out of bounds, recycle back end, same thing with Stankus. 35-83. Sleep like a battering ram coming out. Spencer with 4 points added to Toronto Outrage's board. Stankus also busted through. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to pick up any other additional points. As we are now at a minute left in the first half. Score being 39 for Toronto Outrage, 87 for Mohawk Valley's Quadfathers. And we're getting an official review being called by Toronto. Official review being called right at the 51-second mark. And once again, once we get that information on the official review, we will keep you all updated. And now I'm going to turn to my producer, Q here. Q, I think you might have heard me talking about this game I like to play called What Bar? Now, What Bar is actually started up by some Irish friends of mine who do a wrestling podcast. Basically, they look at the attire worn by a person or team at the very colorful, and they kind of bring up what kind of candy or soda or anything that it kind of reminds them of. So when I say what bar is the Quadfathers, I am going to say with that orange and black, they are Reese's Pieces.
Actually works very, very well with Reese's Pieces. Yeah. I think of orange, brown. Reese's Pieces definitely works. Reese's peanut butter cups as well.
Yeah, throw the cups on that. And even when I look over at Toronto with the blue and white trim, what bar is Toronto?
With the blue and the white, I'd almost say Almond Joy.
Ooh, that's a good one. Good one. They had a little bit of a red tinge, but I'll still go with a Nestle's Crunch on that.
I could definitely see that as well.
A Blue Rockstar Zero can.
Of course, if you're just going to go with the blue and white Pepsi for soda works as well. However, they definitely have the energy levels of a Monster.
Ah, I see what you did there. And all of you fans are allowed to join in on this. Hashtag talk to BOBH on Twitter. Again, hashtag talk, the number 2, BOBH. What candy or drink do these teams remind you of?
You know, I just thought of one. If you're a regional to New England, when you look at the orange, if you're thinking of soda, anybody who doesn't think of Moxie right away, not truly from New England.
Wow, then get a can of Moxie for you, sir. Kilman now jamming for Toronto Outrage. Paleo is going to take lead jam for the Quadfathers. Paleo dives through the inside. Getting recycled back. And it looks like a forearm call that is going to go on Stever of the Quadfathers. We are now done with the period clock down to jammer time. Jammer clock, 1 minute and 4 seconds. 39 to Toronto, 87 to the Quadfathers. Paleo still in control of this as lead jam able to step around and pick up a full 5 for the Quadfathers. Unwired now being sent to the box. Star pass now to Spencer Sleet. This is the second star pass to him. Paleo crashes into the backside of Killman and we'll call it off. No additional points on that. We are now going to halftime at our final bout of the final MRDA bout of Battle of Bunker Hill. We still got a couple more WFTDA bouts coming up today. But right now, again, we're going to halftime. Toronto Outrage 39, Quadfathers 92. We will be back. Normally about a 15-minute halftime, but we'll be back a couple of minutes early to give you a rundown of the score and some awesome stats. You take care.